The Great Meadow Rescue. In the heart of the Whispering Meadow, two friends lived very different lives. Safi was a skinny raccoon with nimble paws and a mind that never stopped worrying. Chico was a stout, grumpy beaver who believed that if a problem couldn't be solved with a heavy log and a loud grunt, it wasn't worth solving. While Safi spent his mornings inventing better ways to peel berries, Chico spent his building the biggest, heaviest dam the river had ever seen. One afternoon, the sky turned the color of a bruised plum. Rain began to fall, not in soft drops, but in heavy buckets. The gentle river started to grow, hissing and churning until it spilled over its banks. "My food stores!" Chico barked, watching the water rush toward his winter pantry. The meadow was turning into a giant, muddy lake. Above the roar of the water, a high-pitched "peep, peep" echoed through the trees. A group of fluffy ducklings, led by a small duckling named Willow, was trapped on a spinning log in the middle of the flood. They were drifting fast toward the jagged rocks of the lower falls. "We have to help them," Safi cried, but the current was far too strong to swim. Chico stepped forward, his chest puffed out. "Move aside, Skinny. This needs real muscle." He grabbed the biggest log he could find and waded into the muck. He tried to jam the log into the mud to block the water and create a bridge for the ducklings. Pip, a tiny field mouse, watched from a high branch, trembling as the grumpy beaver struggled against the tide. But the river was too powerful. With a mighty whoosh, the water knocked the log right out of Chico's grip. He tumbled backward into the mud with a loud splash. He sat there, soaking wet and grumpier than ever, watching the water rush right over his failed wall. "It's no use," he grumbled. "The river is just too strong for anyone." Safi didn't give up. He knelt in the dirt and began to draw lines with his finger. "We can't stop the river, Chico, but we can tell it where to go." He called out to Pip the mouse. "Pip, gather everyone. We need every set of paws and every wing. We aren't building a wall, we're building a path." Soon, a squirrel named Acorn arrived with a bundle of sturdy sticks. Safi showed him exactly where to place them. Instead of one big dam, they would build many small fences made of twigs and woven grass. These fences would gently nudge the water away from the food stores and into the dry irrigation ditches Safi had found earlier. The teamwork was incredible. While the birds dropped vines from above, Pip and Acorn worked side by side to weave the sticks together. They dug small channels in the soft soil, guiding the overflow away from the danger zone. They worked like a well-oiled machine, each small animal doing a part that seemed tiny, but together made a huge difference. The plan worked. The water followed the new channels, slowing down as it spread out safely. The log carrying Willow and the other ducklings drifted into a calm, shallow pool Safi had created. Safi reached out and caught the log, pulling the shivering ducklings onto the dry grass. "You're safe now," he whispered, his nimble paws steady and kind. As the sun peeked through the clouds, the meadow began to dry. Chico walked over to Safi, looking a little less grumpy. He looked at the clever channels and the safe ducklings. "I guess muscle isn't everything," Chico admitted, patting Safi on the back. Safi smiled, sharing an apple with his friend. "Strength is good, Chico, but a team with a plan is unstoppable."